Today on Crank Cars, we're traveling back in time. We'll explore some of the most legendary classic cars from the 60s to the early 2000s. What makes these cars so unforgettable? Let's find out. The 1960s, the age of muscle cars. Back in the 1960s, something amazing happened in America. Car makers started building muscle cars, and these weren't just any cars. They were fast, powerful, and looked awesome. Two of the most famous muscle cars were the Ford Mustang and the Chevrolet Camaro. But what exactly is a muscle car? Well, muscle cars are all about power. They have big engines that make a lot of noise and can go very fast. People love them not just because they were fast, but because they looked so stylish. Imagine a car with shiny paint, loud engines, and wheels that look like they mean business. That's a muscle car. Now think about why people loved these cars so much. For many, driving a muscle car was like being a star in a movie. When you drove a muscle car, you felt strong and free. It was about more than just getting from one place to another. It was about enjoying the ride and feeling alive. The Ford Mustang and the Chevrolet Camaro were not just cars, they were dreams on wheels. The Mustang came out in 1964 and quickly became a hit. It had a sleek design and a powerful engine that made it perfect for anyone wanting to feel the thrill of driving. The Camaro followed in 1967, offering car lovers another fantastic choice with lots of power and an eye-catching look. Muscle cars changed car culture forever. They made people excited about cars and helped create a community of car enthusiasts who loved speed and style. Even today, muscle cars from the 1960s are loved and respected. They remind us of a time when cars were more than just machines. They were a symbol of freedom and adventure. The 1970s, the stylish and sleek designs. In the 1970s, the world faced a big problem. There was less oil available, and it became very expensive. This made everyone think about how much fuel cars were using. Car makers had to come up with a solution: how to make cars that didn't use so much gas but still looked cool and went fast. This challenge led to some really interesting designs. Enter the Datsun 240Z, a car that changed the game. It was sleek, not too big, and looked like it was moving even when it was standing still. The 240Z was not just beautiful, it was also fun to drive and didn't drink too much fuel. It showed that you didn't need a huge engine to have fun on the road. Then there was the Pontiac Firebird, another star of the 70s. It had the looks of a muscle car and the performance to match, but it was also more efficient than the older muscle cars. It had a sharp design with lines that made it look fast and fierce. The Firebird was a dream for those who loved the muscle car era, but wanted something new and more practical. So, what did we learn from the cars of the 70s? They taught us that you can have style and speed without wasting fuel. These cars weren't just made to look good. They were designed to be smarter, using less to do more. How cool is that? This smart thinking from the 70s has helped shape how cars are made even today. The 1980s was a time when car designers started using technology to make cars faster, safer, and more comfortable. Imagine sitting in a car that could almost think for itself, with power windows, better stereo systems, and even computer-controlled engines. This was the decade when cars started to become really cool. First up, the BMW M3. This car wasn't just a car. It was like a personal jet for the road. Launched in the mid-1980s, the M3 was built for speed, but didn't skip on comfort. It had a sporty design with a powerful engine that made it super fast. And inside, it was all about luxury. With plush seats and advanced features, it was perfect for people who loved both comfort and a thrilling drive. Then there was the Ferrari Testarossa, one of the most iconic sports cars of the 1980s. With its sharp, futuristic design and bright red color, it was a head-turner on the streets. The Testarossa was more than just a pretty face. It was incredibly fast and packed with innovative features that made driving a thrilling experience. So, why are these 1980s cars so special? They showed the world that cars could be luxurious and high-tech, not just practical. These cars made driving exciting and stylish, inspiring a whole new generation of car lovers. They weren't just modes of transportation, they were adventures waiting to happen. Isn't that an amazing transformation? The 90s, the rise of modern classics. The 1990s were a special time in car history. It was like a playground for car designers who were pushing the limits of style and speed. These years gave birth to cars that weren't just meant to get you around. They were meant to make your heart race and your eyes widen. First, let's talk about the Mazda MX-5 Miata. Have you ever seen a small, sporty car zipping down the road and looking like it's having fun? That's probably a Miata. Introduced in the late 1980s and booming in popularity during the 1990s, the Miata was all about bringing joy to driving. It was small but mighty, with a design that was simple yet stylish. It made sports cars affordable and fun, perfect for a sunny day on an open road. Now onto the Toyota Supra. This car was a dream machine for those who loved speed and technology. The Supra became famous not just for its sleek look, but for its powerful engine and advanced features. It was a car that could go fast, really fast, and still turn heads with its cool design. Why do people still love these 1990s cars? Because they combined everything we love about cars. They looked great, they were fun to drive, and they made us feel like we were part of something exciting. They weren't just cars, they were a ticket to adventure. Isn't it amazing how a car can do all that? 2000s, the dawn of sleek sports cars. In the 2000s, technology was changing everything, including cars. Engineers and designers were using new tech to make cars that were not just faster, but also more dependable than ever. This was the time when owning a sports car started to mean something special. First up, let's explore the Porsche 911 Turbo. This car was a legend on the road. It was packed with powerful features that made it a beast when it came to speed, and it looked like a dream. The 911 Turbo used things like turbochargers, that's where it gets its name, to boost its speed without making the engine bigger. It was like magic, more power, but from the same size engine. Then there was the Honda S2000, a favorite among car lovers for its sleek design and impressive performance. What made the S2000 stand out was its ability to balance speed with reliability. It had a smaller engine compared to the big race cars, but it was tuned to perfection, giving drivers a thrilling ride without frequent trips to the mechanic. Why are these cars from the 2000s so important? They showed the world that with the right technology, sports cars could be more than just fast. They could be a part of your daily life without all the hassle. They combined the excitement of racing with the practicality of everyday driving. How cool is that? Cars that can do it all. Fast, reliable, and totally fun to drive. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us on more amazing car journeys. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.